Well, I don't think this right here was expected. I don't think this right here was expected. Guess we can get the music going here and the settings here. Volume control. Get the menu music going up here. Get it to like 50 if I can get to it. So I kind of wanted to hop in here and play some of the Utah State Dynasty from College Football 25. Sorry, my chair is super loud, but haven't played this since we finished the series like over a year ago. What's up? How's it going? This is College Football 25, no College Football 26. Just really haven't played that game all that much. I did that Michigan Dynasty, had a lot going on. Had my second kid in November, so been really busy and really haven't had the time to play games at all. And I figured, well, I could do some live stream stuff. You know, I suppose once everybody goes to sleep inside the house. And I felt like it was this or MLB The Show, and I felt that I kind of wanted to play some Utah State Dynasty. So we took over in 2025. We went 7-6, lost our bowl game that year. Then went 11-3. Or actually, did we start in 2024? Must have been 2024. Went 6-7. Then went 7-6. Then went 11-3 and won the Armed Forces Bowl. 8-5 and won the Gasparilla Bowl. 13-1, won the Myrtle Beach Bowl that season. Definitely should have went to the college football playoff that year. I don't know how we didn't. 2029 went 11-3, won the Pac-12 for the second straight year. And we've now won it 4 straight years, and we've won back-to-back national championships with Cotton Bowl, Rose Bowl, Orange Bowl, and Peach Bowl victories. And we're in 2032. We've went 31-1 over the last 32 games in the dynasty. And, you know, maybe a couple of months ago, I went and I looked at this roster, and I really admired how good this team had become. You know, offensive line dominant. Defense is where we make our money here, though. And there was one player that I noticed that I just think looks super good. And that's number 0, Cameron Sierra, 75 overall. He was a stud. Impact development. And how about the speed, though? I think that's the one thing that just jumped off the board when I was looking at the roster. 94 speed is impressive. His run stopping ability is impressive. And then he's good in coverage as well. John Fowler was a redshirt junior, 86 overall. Secondary wasn't the best, in my opinion. We lacked speed, but it was a pretty solid secondary overall. And it was led by, last year would have been freshman safety Derek Haslam, and then Eric Hunter at strong safety. But the player we all know and love is Anthony Tobin. If you watch this dynasty, if you're currently watching it, I've seen people that are currently watching this dynasty. So that's pretty cool to see. But Anthony Tobin is a junior. He started for us for the last 2 seasons, and last year put up an incredible stat line with 4,100 yards passing, 42 touchdowns, only 10 interceptions, almost identical to his 2030 season. He did run the ball a lot better last year for us, though, so that is pretty impressive. And then at running back, Daniel Jones was a 5-star running back that never really, broke out for us. He was pretty good. Steve Ellis is a player that I was excited about. And then CJ Whitey never really got the chance here in our system. 89 overall. He's a receiving back. In this game in College Football 25, if you moved receivers to running back, they tend to have a pretty good overall. Yeah, never really made an impact for us. But here as a senior, maybe it's a time for CJ Whiting to break out in a big way. Tyquan Garrett is a senior, and he is really good. Elite development guy. Would have hoped to see that overall climb up a little higher than 87 overall. He started for 2 seasons. Last year had 54 catches, 1,300 yards, and 17 touchdowns. He had 15 the year before, over 1,000 yards in back-to-back seasons. And I think entering this senior season, I think he'd be really due for a breakout year. DeMarco Pitts, redshirt sophomore, really good. Zach Truin's also a senior, played a lot for us as a true freshman, and has over 600 yards receiving in both of the last 2 seasons, over 7 touchdowns apiece as well. Zach Truin really good. And then Jaquise Tiffin was a 5-star receiver that I was definitely excited about. And last year as a freshman, got minimal playing time, 10 catches for 97 yards. It's been over a year since I've played this dynasty. So I say last year, I mean last year in the dynasty. Rob Hoffman, I do remember him as a true freshman. He was really good for us, and tight ends notoriously didn't develop well in this game. But Rob Hoffman has developed really well so far. Had 69 catches, 821 yards, and 7 touchdowns as a true freshman. The offensive line is stacked with talent. Other than our center, I guess Eric Bars isn't the greatest center. And then defensively, Rudy Peely was a player who had filled in. If you guys remember, Juan Lima was a dominant pass rusher for us. But Rudy Peely last year, as a true freshman, had 17 sacks. Or I guess he would have been a redshirt freshman. Had 17 sacks. Dominant player for us. Zach Myers, an 80 overall edge rusher. Creed Garrison is a freshman this year, and John Cloud. Both of them, I do believe, were 5 stars. BJ Garrison, excellent linebacker, 86 overall. And the reason I wanted to do this dynasty here as a live stream is partly because I wanted to kind of test this formula out and see if it would work, because College Football 27 is going to be coming out here in a couple of months, and my plan is to do a live stream dynasty on College Football 27. Not sure it would really work that well. Definitely want to try it, though. It's about the only way I can make content nowadays. Just too busy around the house to try and record content while the daytime's going on, if that makes sense. I can't record content at night. I'll wake the family up. So live streams are just about the only thing that I can do. Got a promotion at work, so yeah, it's not the easiest thing to do at this point in my life, make content. I want to, though. I definitely want to be able to do it. Just really struggling to find the time. Injury report. We do have Scott Flavors, if you guys remember him. He broke his back and was pretty much forced to retire from football. He was an elite development pass rusher. He's only a 5-star. I mean, he's only a sophomore. And unfortunately, his career was ended only 9 games into his college football career. But really not a whole lot we need to talk about right now, because we're just getting right back into it. We start off as the number 3 team in the country. Penn State's number 1, Oklahoma 2. See if there's any shockers up here. TCU at 14. Ole Miss, if you guys know Lane Kiffin and what he's been saying. Pretty interesting. Mid-Tennessee, 24th, and then Stanford, the team that I anticipate that I will be taking over in College Football 27. Although if the team builder is any good, I may do a team builder dynasty potentially. If you guys would like that, let me know. But if you look at the Heisman watch here, we don't have anybody on it, unfortunately. A lot of running backs, though. And they're all receiving backs. Like I said, receiving backs were the way to go in this game. And then at quarterback, you got an improviser as a 91 overall. I can't remember if we were playing on... Okay, so we were doing 11-minute quarters, 15-second play clock. No reason to wait any longer. Let's get College Football 25 started back up. A game that I actually am going to go out on a limb and say was better than College Football 26. College Football 26 wasn't bad, but early on it was really unplayable. I started a USF dynasty, just really struggled to have fun playing. Defense just didn't exist in that game. And then I started the Michigan dynasty, which I would like to revisit potentially, but that was just me trying to put out content, and it did quite well, honestly. The Michigan dynasty that I did quite well, but I just didn't have a ton of fun making those videos. It was fun in a sense, but just making videos at this point is something that's been hard for me to do, and it's just honestly stressed me out more than it has been enjoyable, if that makes sense. So I've kind of just not done anything, but I do want to do some occasional live streams. If you guys would be interested in a potential MLB The Show live stream series, I am open to that as well, as baseball is getting into that part of the season where, you know, the hype is kind of still around. So let's just go with our current homes and take on Air Force, a team that we have played quite a few times in this dynasty. And like I said, if it sounds weird, you think I'm being quiet, it's because I got 2 children and a wife that are trying to sleep, and I'm not trying to wake anybody up. Let me know if the volume is not too good for you guys. If we need to turn the volume down anywhere, I can turn the volume down. Just the UI looked so much better in College Football 25 as well. College Football 26, and a lot of games tend to complicate the UI after a couple of years because they're not trying to put something out that looks the same. They try to switch up the way things look. I just like the UI a lot more in this game. Henry Coleman is the quarterback for Air Force, a sophomore, 96 throw power, so actually pretty impressive here. Trying to remember what kind of defense we were running here. How about Myers here with the rolled up jersey? I think Cameron Sierra is the guy that we want to definitely get a look at here as they start with a run on the ground, and it's going nowhere. 2 yards for the Falcons. Would anticipate running a lot of 4-3 against a team that's going to try and run the ball down your throats. Dalvin Kugabila in the middle, a great pass rusher, great run stopper for us, as that probably should have been a first down. I don't know. This kind of look right here is making me think they're going to try and pass the ball. 3rd and inches. They're going with the quarterback run, and Coleman's got a first down and more. Coleman all the way up to the 47-yard line, 16 yards. And a first down run for the Air Force quarterback. Now, I'm not an Air Force Academy graduate, but this is a team that I have a lot of respect for. 1st and 10, this one thrown to the outside, and it's going to be a loss. Cameron Sierra. Like I said, Cameron Sierra, not really a, pass coverage linebacker, more of that run stopper archetype. And I hate Ohio State. I hate him. But dare I say, he kind of reminds me of Sonny Styles a little bit. Just, he doesn't buy the fake here. He just follows the running back, and he's got the speed to get out there. I guess the TFL, I guess that's the fullback. Dalvin Kugabila in the middle, Rudy Peely on the edge. Man in motion here on 2nd and 14. Here's Coleman on the pitch to the outside, and it's a good run for Air Force. 10 yards. This is where you watch a guy like Cameron Sierra. Could be an impact player for us this year. 3rd and 4. This one thrown to the outside, and it's a first down for Air Force. To the 30. Got to get the stop here. They pitch this one to the outside, and Max Wolfert, I believe that's what his name was. Number 24. Or no, it's Monte Khan. Used to start on the other side of the field for us. 2nd and 8. They go with the run up the middle. And Air Force just slowly moving their way down the field here. On 3rd and 3, this kind of feels like 4-down territory for the Falcons. I could definitely see them running the ball again here. 3rd and 3, man in motion. They give it to him, and he's got the first down and more. What a drive for Air Force here on their opening possession. Taking almost half the quarter on this drive. Here's another give up the middle. We might need to start pinching our line a little bit here. Remember Dante Haslam, excellent safety. True sophomore. They're going to pass here on 2nd and 7. And Coleman gets out of the pocket, and he's going down. It's Cameron Sierra. He's got the speed. Cameron Sierra has the speed to be a difference maker on this defense as a true freshman. 3rd down and 4. They spread it out here from the shotgun. They are passing. We're bringing pressure. And it's a sack. John Fowler. gets the season's first sack. And we're going to force Air Force to kick a field goal. From left hash, this is not an easy kick. And it's good. Also, why in these college football video games are we having kickers miss these left to right hash field goals inside like 30 yards? It's like a guaranteed miss. Here's Benji Skura. He's a true freshman receiver, I do believe, as my dog is tormenting my cats. So Steve Ellis will be the starting running back for us. I think initially he was a defensive back. I don't even know what his position was to start out. He's kind of been a jack of all trades. This offense kind of was meant to be like a Michigan-esque offense at the time. And Steve Ellis is going to have a run that's called back. Was an excellent run. And I got to go see what's going on with these animals. So it does get called back, unfortunately. There's Rob Hoffman out there. Had an excellent true freshman season as they go man-to-man. DeMarco Pitts open has got a 15-yard reception. Second and inches here. Steve Ellis might have an opportunity for a huge run as we toss it out to him. Ellis. And I don't know what's going on with these animals. So first down and 10 here. And that is Jones who checks in. And Tobin's taken down in the backfield. Horrible read there. Okay, I take the dog away from the cats. Now the cats are going at it. Can't catch a break from these guys. 2nd and 14 now. Backed up after the negative play. And Steve Ellis only picks up 2 yards. So 3rd down and 12. How about this Air Force defense? As Garrett gonna have to punt the ball away. Wow. How about the start from Air Force? Also, got to cut me some slack here. I've not played the college football video games in quite a few months. And college football 25 in over a year. Big thing here is we just cannot allow them to run the ball down our throats again. Gosh, this chair is squeaky. They go with a 1st down run. Broken tackle. And a 2-yard pickup. So we had a really great start to our offensive possession, but it was a holding call that brought the play back as Coleman pitches it. And it's going to be another 1st down for Air Force to close out what has been an excellent first quarter. -1 yards rushing. Gosh, terrible. You would think our interior defensive line here would just be dominating. Cameron Sierra there with an excellent play. Starting as a true freshman in the middle of this defense, you know, that is really good. Second down and 8 here. Oh, that looked like a false start for sure. Cameron Sierra in there on the tackle again, it looked like. Third and 5, you got to get off the field here. Oregon beats Miami to open up their season. We bring pressure, thrown to the outside, and it is caught for a first down. We cannot get off the field against the Air Force Academy. And we've had the ball for like a total of 4 plays. Man in motion, run, 7 yards. Iowa State got blown out against Army. So, could be worse. We could be Iowa State. 2nd and 3 here. Run up the middle again. 3rd and inch is upcoming. You don't want to sell out to just stop the run. But in this situation, it literally just kind of feels like that's what's going to happen here. I don't imagine they're going to do anything other than that. They do run. First down, Air Force. And it might be a touchdown. Wow. What's going on? Wow. Frederick Berger gives Air Force a 9-0 lead. And right now, the number 3 team in the country is on the ropes against Air Force. Here's Benji Skura here, the speedy freshman receiver, up to the 23. Got to get something going here offensively. Maybe Hoffman here. A little boot action. And there is Rob Hoffman, 7 yards. Now, this is a run-first team for sure. If we see a team show press coverage, then we'll go to one of our speedy receivers. But otherwise, we look to run the ball, and Steve Ellis is going to put Utah State on the board. What a run! He's not known for his juking ability. He's more known for his just speed and strength overall. But how about that run by Steve Ellis? Just in a different class. He set the defensive back up perfectly there. Yeah, you're not getting much better of a play than that right there. See if I can't get a thumbnail for a potential future video. This is like the most stressful part about YouTube. How do I take a screenshot? I think it's the middle button here. Yeah. Screenshot saved. That was an excellent run. Let's look at the replay real quick. The blocking was really good here. It's pretty much a hat on a hat. The center is able to move up to the 2nd level perfectly. And then right here, this is Steve Ellis taking 3 guys out with 1 move. And then from there, it's just the speed. That 10-0 lead by Air Force is no more. I'm going to imagine they're going to continue to try and run the football on us as Cameron Sierra racks up another tackle. But Frederick Berger, though, excellent start to the game for him as well. They have an impact left tackle. And that one should be a false start, but I think they're going to call it on BJ Garrison. They are. The loud crowd is affecting our own defense. It should be the opposite. It should definitely be affecting their offense. Let's bring Derek Haslam down. Or Dante. Is it Dante or Derek? I don't even remember. They go with the counter, and Coleman is gone. Chased down from behind. Wow. This game was just harder, I think, than College Football 26 as well. That was Hunter who was able to track him down, but if it wasn't for him, probably would have been a touchdown. 2-yard pickup there for Air Force. Running a lot of the same defense here just in hopes that we can make it impossible for them to run. That one should be a false start there. Okay. Here on 2nd and long, I might look to break out of this 4-3-4-6 look that we've been doing and go with a nickel coverage here. Matt Gage out there. How about Myers? I haven't really gotten a look at him defensively here. Run up the middle. And it's a first down. Dakota Graves. Oh my gosh. 197 yards of offense for Air Force. I bust out Utah State for the first time in over a year. And I'm on the brink of an upset. The defense is just gassed as well. They've been stuck on the field for so long. We've only had 2 offensive possessions, one of which was 3 plays. And then the other one, 2. We've had the ball for like 3 total offensive snaps. Like, this is the kind of thing right here where, like, our front 7 should be dominating their offensive line. That one should be coming back. Their hard counts are starting to affect them. Go right back to the same coverage I just called. Aside from Dalvin Cook-Bila, I guess Damian Lampman just isn't really getting it done here. Time to throw. Touchdown, Air Force. Haslam couldn't keep up in coverage. Wow. Not good. Who got the ball first? They did, right? Yeah, they did. Took off like the entire first quarter. I think 11-minute quarters is probably too short, but, you know, not really going to think too deep about it. This is just College Football 25 we're talking about. I don't know what I want to go with here offensively, but I know that Steve Ellis, kind of the hot hand right now. Guess we'll go back with him. And here is Ellis. First down carry to the 31. 4 carries, 86 yards. Tobin. Oh, breaks the stack. Picks up 8 yards. He had a legendary broken sack early in, in a championship game right here. This is an obvious go deep situation. One thing about this game that they just never learned. You don't run press coverage against one of the fastest players in college football. Tyquan Garrett. Touchdown, Utah State. We can score in an instant. Tyquan Garrett is the fastest receiver in college football, 99 speed. And it's 17-14. We've had a 3-play drive, a 2-play drive, and then a 3-play drive. And we have 14 points. The defense has allowed a point in every single Air Force offensive possession. With 2:29 remaining, this may not be their style here. They may look to pass the ball where we could potentially force them into a mistake here. Coleman keeps it and picks up 3 or 4 yards, but it's coming back. Holding on the Falcons. That'll back them up. Clock is still running here. If we could get the ball back, I would definitely look to make a play. They toss it out to the fullback, and he's taken down for a loss. So that should take us to the 2-minute timeout here, where I think we can look to potentially get a stop. Rudy Peely, maybe a sack here for him. They're just going to stick to this one on the ground. And we'll call our first timeout. One thing that sucks is Utah State's alternate helmets got added to College Football 26. I wish they had them in this game. Like the cow print helmets are dope. They're just going to run the ball again. And Kugbila in there on the play. And Boyce. Not sure who Boyce is. Richard Boyce, I think is what his name is. Yeah, Rashard Boyce, a freshman corner. Gets his first impact of the season. So 1:51, one timeout, down by 3. Really just don't want to cheese the game into press coverage. How about Benji Skura, though? The speedy freshman takes it up to the 33. Here at this point, we really have anything we want to our disposal. First and 10 from the 33. Here is Ellis. Picks up 4 yards. We'll go hurry up here. Don't know what I picked. Curls? Okay. Maybe Zach Truin. Or Anthony Tobin. Will just take it himself. Tobin. Inside the 10. So 17 total views overall. I just must not be enthusiastic enough. Play action. Truin. Touchdown, Utah State. We have the lead. Happened very, very quickly. How many plays was that? 3. We've not had a possession over 3 plays in length. TCU trying to battle back against Rutgers. Minute 19 to go. I don't know that they're going to try and push too hard here. They don't want to make a mistake. They go with the play action. Can we get some pressure on them? Sack for Dalvin Kugbila. They're going to go hurry up here, so maybe we look to get the ball back again. Coleman does have time to throw. Dumps it off to his fullback. And we'll call a timeout. Might as well. BJ Garrison on the field. John Fowler. Can somebody get some pressure? That's maybe like an edge rusher. As that one caught and out of bounds. We'll get the ball back. Ben Joe, senior receiver, catches it. Probably could have been picked. Probably. Benji Skura. That's a terrible punt. Whoa, 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 whoa. Eric Hunter, what are you doing? So we have no timeouts left. We are in a position where we'd have to really throw the ball here. Maybe we go some slot fade here. Zach Truin deep. Okay, Tyquan Garrett picks up 8 yards. Let's see. Roll out double post. Rob Hoffman potentially. Oh, Rob Hoffman's wide open. Hoffman. First down and more. Hoffman to the 8-yard line. You cannot get an easier completion than that right there. 28 seconds. These plays right here never really work, but I'm wondering against Air Force if maybe it will. Steve Ellis. Ellis, touchdown, Utah State. And again, we have not seen a drive over 3 plays in length. And now it's just looking too easy for us here on offense. Yeah, I mean, that play's never really going to work. I mean, that should have been picked off, really. It's never really going to work against better competition. But, you know, when you're playing against Air Force, you can try it. Definitely try it. One thing I would love to do is, I think with the Stanford Dynasty, I want to make a Dynasty tracker that I can maybe link in the videos and you guys can go look at it in like a read-only fashion. You can't make edits. But just kind of makes it kind of something you can look back at. And it would be cool to sit down and go back and watch all my Utah State videos, look at the rosters every year, and make a Dynasty tracker like that. As there's the third sack of the game for us. Damian Lampman should send us to halftime. But that would just be something that's pretty cool. From time to time, I do go back and watch some of these Utah State videos. I remember something randomly, and I go, I'm going to go back and watch that and see if it happened the way I remember it happening. I've had some amazing games in this Dynasty. Had some amazing moments. You know, crazy, come from behind comebacks. Jeremiah Tobias was so much fun to play with. Johnny Santee was started as a 60 overall 3-star running back, turned into, a fan favorite, one of my favorite players overall. And Scott Flavors, a player who gets a career-ending injury. A lot of special moments in this Dynasty. 1st and 10 here. And that's an excellent play by Air Force's defense. Loss of 4. Kind of want to go back to that formation here in a little bit. Try and go RPO here to Marco Pitts. 2nd and 14. We go back to Steve Ellis. Nowhere to go. Depending on what that safety does and where he goes. This could definitely be cover 1. Might look to take the top off the defense. Tyquan Garrett's open. Garrett's got it in stride. Picks up the 1st down. If that's thrown out to the sideline a little bit more, that's probably a touchdown. Air Force stacking the box here. We go right back to the tight formation. Ellis is the running back. Ellis up the middle. Ellis a juke. And another touchdown for the sophomore running back, Steve Ellis. Well, not much longer we might see the number 2s come into the game. Actually, as a matter of fact, Steve Ellis has had just such an amazing... Nope. Let's keep it going for a little bit longer. See if we can get Ellis some crazy 200-yard performance. Gosh, I had so much fun with this Dynasty when I was making those videos. Over 100 episodes. I'll never create something like that again. It was just the perfect storm. And it's not like the series popped off and gave me a bunch of subscribers. I just had a lot of fun making it. I was totally immersed into the Dynasty. We had the Georgia game is really what made this Dynasty so fun for me. Is our first ever college football playoff appearance, and we played one of the best games that I've ever played in any video game ever. I'm not talking about my performance. I'm talking about just the story of the game and how it played out. It was just so much fun to put that episode together. And it made it exciting. It was a defensive showdown. We had to battle back, and Jeremiah Tobias late in the game, suffering with an injury, leads us back. And that's picked off by Haslam. Haslam, 99 speed, but taken down. See what we can do here. I mean, we could try a halfback pass. That'd be interesting. Let's go with play action here. Maybe we can hit Watford in the flat here. Or Rob Hoffman. Oh, no. Oh, Hoffman almost had it. He probably should have had it, if we're being honest here. Sophomore tight end from Utah. So Heels fan, this is 25. So I played 26. I did a couple of dynasties. One I kind of quit early on, which was the USF dynasty. And then I did a Michigan dynasty a couple months ago, really, after my daughter was born. I had a lot of fun with it, but just got busy with work and family and everything like that. So kind of stopped playing it. And that's a touchdown to Eagles. And I thought, you know, I haven't done content in months. The only way that I can really get content out is if I do live streams. And I thought that we could finish the Michigan Dynasty. Thanks, Heels fan. You know, we could try and finish the Michigan Dynasty, but I was like, let's hop on and play a season of Utah State. I mentioned earlier in the stream, when I was just starting it, that I do want to do a live stream Dynasty when College Football 27 comes out. So this is kind of like a little test to see how I would like it. Because it's the best way for me to put out content, really the only way to put out content. So I can't make videos during the day, and I can't make videos at night because I don't want to be super loud. This is just a casual setting where, you know, I can just sit down, play the game, have fun, have a couple of you guys join in here, talk crap about sports, whatever we want to do. You know, nothing super serious. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed this series. If you go back on the channel, it's over 100 episodes in the Dynasty that I've done. I know this was over a year ago at this point. This is the first time I played this Dynasty in over a year. But I just thought it'd be pretty fun. Had a really stacked team. We're coming off back-to-back national championships. The only two that we won of the entire Dynasty. So we struggled at points. It was a lot of fun. And I think this will probably be our last possession with our number ones in the game on offense. Here's Skura, the freshman. And if any of you guys are MLB The Show fans, I am potentially interested in doing an MLB The Show live stream franchise. Potentially. I started one myself, and I just really wasn't having a lot of fun with it, if I'm being completely honest. I did play a lot of Super Mega Baseball 4 about a month or two ago. That would be something I'd be interested in going back to if you guys were. Oh, I'd pump fake by accident. Taekwon Garrett was open too. See what Steve Ellis can do as a receiver here. Set up the screen to him. He's got space and we got blockers. And somebody just decided not to pick up a block. Do we go with the jet quarterback power here for our last play on offense with the number ones? Let's see what Tobin's got here. Tobin. Big play for Anthony Tobin. He's got the first down to the 37-yard line. Like I said, believe that he had over 600 yards rushing last season. Could be wrong, though. I can't remember exactly. See what the safeties do here. Taekwon Garrett's just got too much speed. So doesn't Zach Truin. Ah, what a catch by Zach Truin. Anthony Tobin is just dealing at the moment. Funny enough, when we got Anthony Tobin, the player that I kind of wanted to try and make him resemble was DJ Lagway. Hasn't really done that as Truin. Can't come down with it. And the reason I say he hasn't done that is because he's been far better than DJ Lagway. DJ Lagway, not a great player. Go back to Steve Ellis here. 3rd and 7 upcoming. Could try a fake toss. Could go to Truin right here. Potentially. He was open. Can't get it out to him. 4th and 7. We'll take our points. Might as well. And the kick is good. 45-17. Manu Villalobos. It's crazy. I just remember so many of these guys' names. Actually, I think we just do mass subs. Yeah, there we go. So Larry Wooten is not who I want to be the backup, unfortunately. I don't know. Carl Lobato was somebody that we brought in and I was super excited about, but Larry Wooten's got better stats. I don't know. Because at this point, Tobin's a junior. Wooten's a sophomore. Wooten could become better than Tobin overall wise. But I'll probably play 3 or 4 games tonight, potentially. You know, I got a couple hours in me here tonight. That's the cool thing is myself, I'm a night worker as it is. So I work nights. And so on my days off, you know, I really have nothing better to do with my life. I could go work out and stuff, but I'd like to try and get that done fairly early in the day so I can get this alone time and kind of relax, play the game, chill out a little bit. So we got our 2s in here. Donovan Joe. Antoine Darby. And then there's Biggs on the edge. That's a good run there for Air Force. At one point was 17-7. He's now 45-17. Yeah, I mean, early on in this game, I wasn't sure we were going to put up, even 200 yards of offense. Here we are in the third quarter, over 400 yards already. As this one's thrown to the outside. Another thing about this dynasty itself is I just kind of found it that I found a place in this dynasty where everything ran so smoothly. I loved the way that the AI competed. I loved the amount of turnovers that there were. It was the perfect amount. Perfect amount of drop passes. You know, it felt like when I was playing college football 26 at times, it was excessive in a lot of areas. Never had any turnovers. Like, we never forced any turnovers in either series that I did, it felt like. Jaquise Tiffin takes us to the fourth quarter. Or hopefully he can get some opportunity to play here. You know, he's a sophomore this year. He's going to play a bigger role as a junior. I don't know if we're going to play 2 seasons of Utah State's dynasty here, but we'll certainly play 1 over the next couple of weeks. So who we got out here? We got Bradbury, who's a tall receiver. Macklin, I believe, is a super tall receiver. Here's Jones. Picks up 9 yards. So Jones is a junior. Daniel Jones was his name, from Rigby, Idaho. And then who we got out here? Jameel Bradbury, 6'5", 201. Zach Macklin, 6'5", 194. So we got some height out here right now. Benji Skura, also somebody that's super exciting. Go ahead and flip the play here. 2nd and 1. And that's an excellent play by Air Force. And it's coming back. Not that it went back to begin with. So, not that really means a whole lot. Oh, crap. We're going to have to call a timeout. Unless we can maybe get the play off here. We do get it off. Bradbury can't come down with it. When I was playing college football 26 in the Michigan Dynasty, I was having a lot of tough times trying to get the settings for my video settings correct. So let me know if the settings look good on your guys' end or if there's anything that looks weird. And I'll try to address it for the next one. So we're going to have to punt the ball. I think it looks decent overall. I got it on my phone right here in front of me. So we'll punt. 45-17. Don't know who we play in the second game, so that could make things pretty interesting. We got some big dudes out there. Number 28, pretty big guy. Why's Cuevas got his jersey rolled up? It's like my biggest pet peeve. I don't want to see it. Might be a roughing the passer here. A holding. So 3 penalties for us, 3 penalties for them. You know, again, like I just think everything was in a perfect spot. The amount of penalties, everything. That one, receiver comes back to the ball there. Kind of shocked, to be completely honest with you. Thought we would have had a chance for a pick. So 24 total views. Right now, don't know how many viewers we have at the moment. But 24 total. Had a couple people chime in here. The Air Force has put their backups in as well. Here's pressure. Big time sack. Yeah, there's one of those guys that are just huge. I think Ray is his last name. Or that's Lyle Ivy. Here's Reigns. He's a big dude. Got a lot of those guys. And Reigns can't keep up. Too slow to cover a tight end. And that kind of shows you why he's not on the field. Play action here. Time is going to run out, so he scrambles. Oh my gosh, how's that not picked? Thanks, Suave. Yeah, I had a ton of fun making it. Like I was saying earlier, just a bunch of fun. And I thought I haven't made videos in a long time. I think live streams are about the only way that I can make content at the moment. And so I thought, let's bring this back. Yeah, me too. Yeah, especially in basketball, because Utah State's basketball team is pretty good for being a mid-major. And so when they're in the NCAA tournament, I'm definitely rooting for them as well. But yeah, I'd love to do at least one season here doing this live stream format, see how it goes. This is also kind of a test for how College Football 27 is going to go for me, because I do plan on doing a live stream Dynasty on College Football 27 when it comes out. So this is kind of just a test for me as how's that going to go. And, like I was mentioning earlier, College Football 26 really wasn't my jam. Didn't really like it all that much. I played it, but College Football 25 to me was just so much more enjoyable. And I'd much rather play this game at the moment than 26. Daniel Jones in the game. Picks up 5. Play action here. Eagles is open. It's got to be a better pass, really. .422 remaining. We go with the run. Daniel Jones, first down. Yeah, it's fun. Utah State was fun. Like I was saying earlier, I still sometimes go back and watch some of the games just because there were so many special moments throughout that dynasty. I go back and I watch old games or try and find a part of a game that I just randomly will remember. It was a ton of fun to make. Oh, how about this? Daniel Jones. A lot of fun players. Jeremiah Tobias, is probably my favorite player of the entire series. He was a part of that first recruiting class, I do believe. I think it was the very first recruiting class we got, Jeremiah Tobias. And he was a ton of fun to play with. Gabe Shudak was so much fun to play with, if you remember him, if you've gotten to that point. Ton of fun players. 4th and inches. I'm not really looking to run the score up on Air Force, but definitely don't want to just kick another field goal. See what the triple option's talking about. Just try something new here. Okay. Ah, I thought we would get him with the spin. I think that's Gabe Shudak you're talking about. Yeah, Gabe Shudak was a star. Number 9. Yeah, I think that's Gabe Shudak. Yeah, he was a star. Had so many amazing games. And really, we found out about him pretty late into his career, I kind of feel like. It was that game against Cal in the Pac-12 championship where he just went off. Ton of fun to play with. We're going to throw this one up. Back of the end zone. But I do appreciate it, though. You know, I kind of wished for a while that the channel could have popped off a little bit, but I've built what I consider a small community that I feel like I have, you know, more of a personal relationship with. There's a couple of guys who've really shown me a ton of love throughout this dynasty and my channel's history. So, you know, I definitely appreciate it. And the only thing you can do is just keep making content. I do understand at this point in my content making career, if you will, I've not really made the content. I've been pretty busy. And so you're not going to really build a channel that you're not posting on. But I do have fun making videos. Doing live streams is definitely fun. And so that's what I'm going to keep doing. If something were to happen in the future and something crazy happen, I'm all for it. I made Michigan videos last off season, and they kind of got some traction. They were really fun to make. But kind of as the season started, got busy, had our second kid, and, you know, things happen. So at this point, just have some fun playing the game. And not let Air Force put up 30 points on us. Can we get some pressure on this guy? Gosh. We also had another tight end after Gabe Shudak. I can't remember his name right now. See, this is the thing. I'll think about players from the dynasty, and I'll go back and watch one of their games or whatever. But he was after Gabe Shudak. Can't remember his name, but he had like 90-something speed at tight end. He was really good. Don McLean. Like I said, I just don't want to allow Air Force to put up 30 points on us. This is atrocious. 21 seconds. They do have one more timeout left. 2nd and 2. Yeah, I agree. You know, and if you know who Mr. Hurricane is, I'm assuming you do. He's kind of been who I idolized when I started YouTube, and I love his storytelling ability, so it's something I've tried to do. You know, I don't have that much time to edit and stuff, and yeah, I mean, the way that I made those videos, I did enjoy. This is going to be a scoop, not a score. I thought for a second we'd have a chance for a scoop and score. Yeah, that's really all you need to know. I mean, naturally, storylines will place themselves into the video. You know, and usually they'll just happen organically. Nice run here for Daniel Jones to close out the game. 48-24. Yeah, the storylines will play themselves out organically. And you don't like to force a storyline every single episode. Sometimes it's just, hey, we're about to take on Air Force. They don't really have any stars like that. And you play them. Another thing that I do want to get into more is maybe not necessarily the individual storylines, but more so we enter the game trying to beat that team in a specific fashion, more realistically. Because, you know, you can sit there and just pick apart their press coverage like I did a ton in this dynasty. You know, if it's a team that has really good secondary, let's run the football. If they have a really good defensive end, let's highlight that defensive end and try and avoid running the ball his way, or maybe put a tight end to double team, just things like that. I want to focus more on those aspects of the dynasty. So overall, only 44 offensive plays for us because we had a lot of 3 play possessions or less. 208 yards rushing, 266 yards passing. We forced 2 turnovers. Tobin was 12 for 15, 251 yards and 4 touchdowns. Carl Lobato, not too bad. And then Steve Ellis, 135 yards, 2 touchdowns. Daniel Jones, 7 for 34. Tobin, 5 for 44. Tyquan Garrett, over 100. Rob Hoffman, 2 for 51. Curious how many tackles Sierra had. 6 total. 2 sacks for Ivy, 2 for Lampman, 1 for Lampman, 1 for Fowler, and 1 for Kugbila. Number 13 versus 14. It might have been Stanford because we had some battles with Stanford. They were a team early on that was pretty difficult for us. See, this is the thing. You got me thinking about games. Let me look at my phone right here because I'll be able to find the thumbnail. I do believe for that thumbnail, because I know what game you're talking about. Oh, Washington State was just impossible to beat. Impossible. It was against Cal. So we played Cal and then played them again in the Pac-12 championship. One of those games we lost. I think it was maybe the Pac-12 championship game. No, maybe it was the last game of the season against them. But I'm sitting here looking, you know, we lost to Washington State 3 straight years before we finally beat them. Might have been even more than that. I wish you could go back and like look at your team's history versus specific teams. That's also another reason that I'd want to do kind of like a dynasty tracker. You could go back and look at scores and stuff like that. It'd be pretty cool. Just be something that if I was ever bored, I could go and figure out how to do. Wow, Ivy, Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Week. Steve Ellis, Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Week. Yeah, that game was fun. That was a ton of fun. So, Virginia Tech is the next opponent. I wish it was a night game. It's not a night game. Gosh, our schedule is pretty weak. We do play BYU in week 10. We do play Stanford week 7. We'll look at recruiting. We got 31 current targets. Got a lot of guys that have locked us out here. Dante Ladd. DeMarcus Hanley. Matt Watford. Defensive end, power rusher, 6'6", 300 pounds. Whoa. Got some crazy size. Mike East. So we'll just max out the points on these guys. Nope, guess we don't have that amount of points. Wayne Fink, 6'5", 193. Oh, hit the wrong button. Hell yeah, man, I appreciate it. Yeah, Diablo, I definitely plan on doing at least one season. Here doing the live stream style, just kind of see how it works out. Especially, I do plan on doing a College Football 27 live stream dynasty, so this is kind of what I would consider a test. And if it works out pretty well, I will be more than happy to do a College Football 27 live stream dynasty. I appreciate you guys for sure. Stanford, that's the team that I want to take over when I do a College Football 27 series. Unless the team builder works pretty well. If team builder works pretty well, that might be the way to go. It's just kind of something I've been getting the itch for a long time to do team builder. All right, Virginia Tech. I wish we were playing these guys at night. Go with their current homes. And then for us, yeah, I like that style right there. Enter Sandman. Virginia Tech's definitely a team that, James Franklin going over there, I think it's what they need. College football is better when Virginia Tech's a good team. When Virginia Tech sucks, college football is not as good in my opinion. Those, late October, November games in Blacksburg, night games against ranked opponents, they make the ACC what it is. When there is no good Virginia Tech team, and you're watching a, night game in October in Blacksburg, and half the crowd is there, it's just not fun. It's not enjoyable. So they get the ball to begin. Ben Cunningham, 84 overall receiver, 94 speed, junior, out of Cartersville, Georgia. And also live streams don't need to be 4 or 5 hours long either. So, I'm doing a dynasty. It could be, hey, we're just live for an hour, 2 hours, and that's it. Play a couple of games. We don't have to play 7 games in one episode. That way we can still take our time and enjoy what's going on. Virginia Tech's going to go hurry up here. Something I've struggled to stop in these games. Especially if you, I guess you guys didn't. I did play a little bit of the USF Dynasty after I just quit playing it. And when I would play games against hurry up offenses, like North Texas, for example, it's impossible to stop them. Hopefully we're able to do it here. don't want to sit there and just continue to get picked apart. Second and 2. Swinging out to the running back. He's got a first down. Stanley Gibbs, 2 catches for him. Oh, crap. Peely looking for his first sack of the season. Not going to get it. It's Zach Myers. Somebody should have told him that Coach Jalen Clark doesn't like the rolled up jerseys. Second and 20. That's the type of play you need right there to put that hurry up offense to bed. They do get 10 of it back. They get all 10 back. Now you just got to hope that you may play here defensively. Third and 10. Kubila gets through. And we're going to force a fourth down. And they're punting. Wow. From our 34, they're punting instead of kicking a field goal or going for it. And that's why they need James Franklin. That's just an atrocious play call. What kind of decision making is that? John Simonson. Simonson? Kind of a crazy last name. I don't think it's hard to learn, per se. I just think you have to learn what you can and can't get away with. Because, like, the AI will... Oh, Steve Ellis. The AI is good at defending certain passing concepts or certain types of runs. Like, counters, in my opinion, just don't work well in these games. For the longest time, it felt like curls were impossible to complete. So I guess that's the part that's difficult, is kind of learning what you can and can't get away with calling on offense. And defensively, it's kind of the same thing, kind of learning what you can get away with, what works. 3 straight runs to open up the game. We move the chains just like that. One thing I will say is a quality of life difference is being able to change your, like, who you want in the game. College Football 26, you can just hit up on the D-pad and you can make your adjustments right there. So that is one quality of life difference that definitely makes the difference, as Eagles can't come down with it. I mean, Steve Ellis had 3 straight carries to begin the game. I kind of wanted to give him a breather, and open up the passing game a little bit, and it didn't really work. Yeah, I played a lot of NCAA 14, I think, just like everybody did, because it was the only game we could play. But, it will take some time to get used to it, but overall, I think that you've played football games before, so you'll pick up on it. All right, 1st and 10. Gosh, he was open. Tobin's just going to scramble again. Man, he's good at it. Anthony Tobin, 35 yards. Total. Might like to go to Hoffman here on the seam. Another scramble here for Tobin. Gets hit hard at the 17. Okay, so go back to the run here. Yeah, no problem. I think you'll definitely get the hang of it. Ellis fights down inside the 10. He is shaken up here, though, so I think... Let's take him out for a second. Yeah, I just wish you could do manual. Or substitutions without having to go into the depth chart. College ball 26 out of that, and that was a game changer for sure. Hoffman's open. Down to the 2. See, because I could be quick with it here, but I could be a lot quicker if I could just do it right from the menu or right from here, like you can in 26. Daniel Jones, touchdown, Utah State. That was a dominant possession. Ran the ball at will. So we know they're going to go hurry up. They're probably going to look to spread it out, run the ball. SMU versus Georgia. SMU 21st, up 7-0. They go with a run. 4 yards. So far, we're faring a little bit better against these guys than we did against Air Force. Air Force puts up 24 points on us. Up 17-7 in the first half. There's a sack. It's Myers again, his second of the game. Let's go with the same defensive coverage. Third and 12, trying to get off the field. Dumps it down. And we will force another 4th down. Could we be witnessing another blowout? Oh, crap. Blocked him into the way I was trying to go. See if we can't get like a deep play action call here. Because we have a lot of like rollout play action. 1st and 10 here. Got it. This one's going to be rifled. Steve Ellis hurt. That's big. He's had a really good start to the season for us. And early on, kind of struggling to pass the ball. Tobin, if he can break that tackle, he's gone. Bruised shoulder, he will return. I don't know if they're in the Pac-12. I think, oh yeah, I believe so. Them and Arizona are both in the Pac-12, as they should be, as DeMarco Pitts a yard short. If you know anything about the way that I play, or I should say, if you know anything about the way that Jalen Clark plays, we're going for it. Trying to switch to play. Ellis. 1st down. This might be Zach Truitt. Never mind. Going to the 2nd quarter. Kind of went a little quiet because I think that my wife is having a little bit of trouble with one of our kids upstairs, so don't want to wake them up. Tyquan Garrett in the slot here. A wide open Rob Hoffman. 1st down and more. Hoffman to the 25. See if we can get Zach True in here. Oh, that's a rifle. Picked off. Oh my gosh. That was close. That's a tight window. Couldn't have done it to Truin just because that safety. I guess we could have. He probably would have scored. Taekwon Garrett might have been a better option, but I think Pitts won that route. I just think that just slightly underthrown. Definitely a good chance there. Also, just a great play by the defensive back. Read option. First down, Tech. Are you talking about like with the read option, like how it used to be if you held it, it gave it to the running back. Now if you hold it, the quarterback keeps it. To be honest with you, I don't know why they did that. It just didn't make a ton of sense. Why change what everybody was used to? False start. Oh, come on. Yeah, it definitely makes sense to just keep it the same, but I don't know. Maybe to make you learn the new control, make it feel not like college football. NCAA 14. But yeah, it doesn't really make much sense, though. No. Stanford blew out Kennesaw State. Ohio State puts 90 up on FCS Northwest. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen that many points scored in this game. 90 points? If we can just keep playing defense like this right here. We really did struggle against Air Force. Monte Khan's got to get out there quicker than that. Let's bring pressure here. Force quarterback make a play. Pressure. Throws it away. The punters just suck in this game. I don't know what it is. Like, what's their overall? Because I just feel like they're not good. 73? I mean, that's not terrible. Let's go Curl, Ohio. See, Virginia Tech's playing smart right now. They're not playing press coverage against our just dominant receivers. Tobin picks up 3. Second and 7 here. Ellis picks up a yard. This right here is bread and butter play right here. Garrett in motion, wide open. And now with the speed all the way to the 39. It's just an easy pitch and catch right there. Right here's another one of our bread and butter plays. Just normal stick. It's either Hoffman or Garrett that's getting the ball here. It's going to go to Garrett. Look at the speed on Taekwon Garrett. Down to the 1-yard line. And right here is where I love to go with the F-Twins over formation. That's Zach Truin in motion. And that is Anthony Tobin walking into the end zone. Touchdown, Utah State. Yeah, Taekwon Garrett's just too fast. Way too fast. Oklahoma up 21-14 on Boise State. They're the number 2 team in the country, so maybe a team we see later on in the season in the college football playoff. Oh, that's a bad drop there. Second and 10, play action. I thought they were running the ball for sure. That's a nice pass right there. Okay. Wow. That's that guy's second drop. Missouri. 77 overall. Tremaine, Missouri. 77 catching. Is low. But, man, that's a touchdown if he catches it. Yeah, that was bad. Route running. Pretty solid. His hands, not solid. Good play there by B.J. Garrison. Can't remember what the other guy's name was. Number 23, I think is what his number was. That linebacker was super good. And on 3rd and 13, we'll force another 4th down. Benji Scurry. Trying to scurry out of there. Let's go with this tight end screen right here. Get Rob Hoffman involved in the game plan. Oh, wow. This guy just whiffed on him. Should have been a TFL. So 7 for 10 is Anthony Tobin. Does have the interception, unfortunately. Other than that, played an excellent game so far. As Ellis picks up the 1st down. Let's go with this double wheel. Maybe we roll with Garrett. See what Daniel Jones is able to do. If it's man-to-man, that's... Oh, that's picked. Wow. And that right there's the dangerous thing about drag routes is if your receiver doesn't make it too cleanly, I'm throwing on the anticipation that he's going to be open. Runs into Zach Truin, and thankfully the defensive back was just moving the opposite way. 2nd and 10 now. Hoffman was open. We can't get it to him. Okay. And now Tobin. A little shaken up. 3rd down and 16. Oh, he was kind of open. Tobin picks up 3 yards, but we'll have to punt. Gotta give Virginia Tech's defense credit. They're playing really well. That was terrible. Oh, yeah, I remember Arias, our punter. Show you something about him. How about that face mask? He just looks happy to be there, don't he? Look at him. Defense is playing well. Defense is certainly playing well. Offense is struggling a little bit here. Run. Seeing a lot of Fowler and Garrison in this game. Really not a lot of Cameron Sierra. I think if we were playing more of a run-heavy team, Cameron Sierra would be out there more. He's more of a run stopper. 3rd and 3 upcoming here. And I picked the wrong play. See if we can't get there to change it. 3rd and 3. Play action. Oh my gosh. That's going to be a touchdown. Stopped at the 10. First and 10. We're bringing pressure. Man to man. What a play by Gage. Matt Gage, he is our slot corner. We got a lot of Cooper DeJeans out there on the field, if you know what I'm saying. Second and 10. Picked off by Wolfert. Matt Wolfert. And that's an excellent play, too. Second pick for this defense on the season. Third turnover that we forced. And we're going to keep Virginia Tech scoreless so far here in the first half. First and 10. Can we get something going? Let's get Steve Ellis involved. The dynamic running back picks up 6. We do have to hurry, though. Second and 4. This one, come on. He was wide open, too. I think we're just getting a little flustered here. You know, you throw your first interception of the season, that should relax you a little bit. Hasn't really been the case for Tobin. How about this by Tobin, though? First down all the way to the 42. Might try to throw this one deep to Truin. And it's Garrett instead. Can't come down with it. That's a tough pass. Really tough pass. We have 3 timeouts here. Might try to catch him by surprise and run. Oh, crap. We did have a hole there for a second. It'll probably come out late July. That's when they like to come out with it. Garrett comes down with the first down. Yeah, probably late July, and we should probably expect news about it early June. I said like gameplay trailer, stuff like that, probably early June. But it is getting to that point where we should be finding out information soon. Did he get out of bounds? I don't think he did. No, he didn't. I wish the clock would have started running. But the game should come out like mid-July, potentially. Let's try this play action post shot again. Let's flip it and see if we can complete it this time and not throw an interception. First and 10. Tyquan Garrett is going to be open. And he's overthrown. Oh my gosh. Tobin dealing with a little bit of wear and tear, though, so that might be what's up with him playing. Oh, bumped. Tobin can't get rid of it. I'm playing like trash. Maybe try and catch him by surprise right here. Really just depends if they go man-to-man. They do. Steve Ellis. Overthrown again. Now from the 44-yard line, I don't want to give Virginia Tech the ball at the 44 if we don't get it. Oh, that's a terrible punt. Actually, not too bad. Should get some backspin on it. Or I guess he's going to field it. So, ball at the 20 with 7 seconds as opposed to, 18 seconds, ball at the 44. And they're just going to run it. 14-0 at halftime. Could be better. For sure could be better. Tobin not playing the best game so far. It's like, here's something I'd want to do in the Stanford Dynasty. Kind of go and look at stats and just kind of get an idea for how we've performed. Tobin, like I said, hasn't played his best football today. Steve Ellis, only 8 carries. Probably should get more of Steve Ellis. Got 5 yards a pop. Tyquan Garrett obviously got to be in the game plan because one of the touchdowns that we did have was when we were feeding Tyquan Garrett the ball. Let's just start it off with a play action here. No, let's run it. Let's just run it. Let's not get too cocky here. Steve Ellis gets hit down pretty hard. 4-yard pickup. Here's like, yeah, one of those situations where I'd probably want to put Daniel Jones in the game. Play action shot. Rob Hoffman open. Quickly across midfield. That is one thing about this offense is it's like lightning in a bottle. They can strike fast. DeMarco Pitts might be the route here. Beats his man easily. Excellent pass by Tobin. First down. Let's call this play right here. Not really sure if it's going to work. Maybe DeMarco Pitts gets it. Or let's step up and get hit pretty hard with Tobin. Can run the ball here. Ellis is like dealing with that left foot though. 3rd and 11 upcoming. Oh my gosh, I saw him just too late. Man, we're struggling right now. Not an easy kick. Villalobos makes it 17-0. It just shows we can win shootouts against Air Force and we can win defensive battles against Virginia Tech. You would think the complete opposite. Their first possession, they picked up a quick couple of first downs and then we kind of settled in. Our defense has started to impose their will here. It's been tough for them. It is 5 catches for Stanley Gibbs. That's their running back. It's not good when your running back is your best offensive weapon as a receiver. Rudy Peely's been pretty quiet the first 1.5 games. Has definitely just missed a tackle there. No, so in this game, if you're handing it off to the running back, all you have to do is just play the play how it is. If you want to keep it with the quarterback, then you hold A to keep it. In NCAA 14, it used to be hold A if you want to give it to the running back. Don't hit anything if you want to keep it with the quarterback. I don't know why they changed it. Pressure. Good pursuit. Third and 8. The drum is going crazy for this crowd as Haslam gets his 2nd pick of the season. He's a ball hawk. All right. I don't know why. Run 12 timeout. Yeah, I mean it didn't take long. After a couple of games, you kind of get the feel for it again. All right, 1st and 10 here. What a juke by Ellis. Oh my gosh. The speed. I didn't really realize he was that fast. Let's go right back to him. Steve Ellis. First down. All right, Daniel Jones in the game. Let's get him involved. Okay. Daniel Jones is a 32. Play action, double post. Oh, this is a touchdown right here. If Truin gets inside release, it's a touchdown. Oh, we're just going to throw it to the end zone. Second pick of the game. What are we doing? Just terrible. Terrible. That's just me, being impatient. Why am I rolling out first off? Because if we just wait a little bit, Rob Hoffman's going to be wide open. Eagles, our other tight end, is wide open. Yeah, that's just terrible. 2 picks in this game here for Anthony Tobin. Can the defense keep the pressure going here? There's Haslam again. First pick that we threw, excellent play by the defensive back. Second pick, completely my fault. This defense, though, is just relentless. Here's a little glitch it does where it said they went to huddle and now they magically are no huddling. They're going with the draw. That's so cheesy. Gosh. Like DB blitz, and it's Garrison out there as a defensive back covering a receiver. See if they go no huddle here. Great catch. One thing I will say is, because I've not done a video or anything in a long time, I've never really talked this much in a long time. So my vocal box, whatever, voice cords, whatever they're called, they're feeling it. My throat is killing me. I'm glad you guys are definitely rocking with this, though. I'm glad I've had some engagement in the comments. Definitely appreciate you guys. Third and 1. Can we get off the field here? What a play by Myers. Zach Myers has had an excellent game. And we're going to force another punt. Gosh, I wish we had more points than 17. Definitely feels like we should. Another terrible punt. Think the halfback stretch here. Steve Ellis has been our best player for sure. Only right hand. So I got the Xbox because it was what was available to me when I made the purchase. I couldn't find PS5s anywhere, and I wasn't going to pay $700 for it. And this is just my opinion. I don't know how much gaming you do, how many games you play, or what kinds of games you play. But if you just play sports games, I mean, really, even if you just played sports games, even if you played other games as well, I'd say the Xbox Series S. It's lower storage, but it's probably it's the cheapest of the updated consoles. That's what I have. I bought like extra storage for it so that I could get more games, which does cost quite a bit, but the storage you begin with should be enough for most people just playing a couple of games. But if you like to play a bunch of different games, then I'd probably just go with the Xbox Series X, because you're going to get a lot more storage space with that console. I don't like this play call at all. Actually, maybe I do. Zach Truin. What a pass to Truin. Tobin, 240 yards passing. Has not been the greatest game for him with his 2 interceptions, but has made some plays. It's Chad Turpin shaking up on the play. Tyquan Garrett's got 9 targets. Has been the focal point of the offense when we're passing. And he's about to get another reception right here. Garrett in motion. Use your speed, Garrett. First down, Utah State. Let's go Steve Ellis. Steve Ellis. First and goal. Triple option. We busted it out in the game against Air Force. Let's try it here. Oh, yeah. Touchdown, Utah State. That one should put this game away. I'm going to take a bathroom break. Steve Ellis, 100 yards for the second straight game. Now the question is, can we complete the shutout versus Virginia Tech? Yeah, I mean, if the PlayStation controller is better for your hand, then maybe go with PlayStation. I just know that it's a little bit more expensive than the Xbox Series S. I wish that I would have gotten the PlayStation, but like I said, when I was looking to buy the newer systems a couple years ago, the only one that was available to me was the Xbox. So I made the change over to Xbox. Fortunately, MLB The Show started coming out on Xbox, so that was perfect. And really, there's no games that I can't play on Xbox that are exclusive to PlayStation. There are some games, of course, but they're not games that I play. And overall, you know, I have an Xbox, but I do like PlayStation a lot. I do like them. What I'm not looking forward to is the day that, you know, the PlayStation 6 and whatever they call the Xbox, whenever those come out, I'm not looking forward to that because those consoles are going to be so expensive. It's going to be ridiculous. probably like $800 for a console. I'm not paying that. Rudy Peely gets his first sack of the season. Took him a while. Haslam's got to get back and cover that deep middle. It's like the 6th reception for their running back. Oh, crap. I thought they were going to run. Doesn't matter. Dalvin Kubila with the sack. And at this point, not really you can do anything you can do other than just go for it. Can Peely get his 2nd sack of the season? 4th and 15. Oh, just pick it off, Wolfert. We take over. Doing a lot of jet touch passes here. Let's try another one. Now let's just run it normal. Steve Ellis. Probably a holding. Jeez. Yeah, well, I think I had heard something that PlayStation was going to increase their prices. A lot of it has to do because of like the RAM shortages that's going on or whatever's going on. But that's just absurd. To pay for a console that's been out for 5 or 6 years now, and to pay $900 is just stupid. People don't have that kind of money just laying around. It like honestly makes you sick to your stomach to even think about it. Oh, Garrett's wide open. Inside the 10. 6 catches for Tyquan Garrett, 124 yards. Yeah, like there's no way you can put it where I'd be like, oh yeah, I think it should be that much money. It's just no. There's no way. Ellis picks up a couple. Oh, come on, Ellis. Ah, down to the 1. And I even looked into potentially getting like a PC potentially. And just a PC is just too much money. It's not money that I'm able to spend. It's just with the RAM and all of whatever. I'm not a computer guy. Offsides. Touchdown, Anthony Tobin. You know, it's just so expensive that what used to cost somebody like maybe $1,000 to build like a quality PC that could last you a long time is now going to cost you like thousands of dollars. It's absurd. And then here in a couple years, they're going to roll out the PlayStation 6. And it's going to be probably over $1,000. All right, 4 minutes to go. See if we can finish off the shutout here against Virginia Tech. Defense with a bounce back performance for sure. And we played like crap against Air Force. The defense has returned. Question is, if you're Virginia Tech and you're in field goal range and a 4th down pops up, do you just kick the field goal or do you try and get a touchdown? Play action. That's the 3rd drop for Virginia Tech in this game. Got to be sick. 3rd and 2, we bring 4. Time to throw. First down. And there they go, inside the 40. So they are knocking on that field goal range. And their kicker's like a 74 overall or something like that. Oh, he's running. Big play. Now Damian Lampman shaking up. We're going to lose the shutout. Good play right there. Put Creed Garrison in. Or I guess he's not in yet. Last play before the 2-minute timeout. Love to bait him into an interception here. 3rd and 6. To the end zone. Come on, Wolfert. They're going to kick the field goal. Dang it. We were that close. And the shutout is no more. Yeah, I mean, I think the Series X is a good deal. I don't know how much they're charging. Like it used to be like $499, I think, for the Series X. Not sure how much they're charging now, considering the PlayStation just increased their prices like that. But yeah, definitely I think wouldn't be a bad deal at all. 19 attempts for Steve Ellis. Let's take him out of the game. Let's put Larry Wooten in too. Might as well. Have fun with it. And Larry Wooten's a big dude too. And he's getting sacked. It's like that Ben Roethlisberger type. Play action double post. Last time we called this, it was a turnover. And Hoffman's wide open. First down, Utah State. Let's get one more play. How big is Larry Wooten? He's a big dude. Whew, that probably should have been an interception. 31-3. We're 2-0. And I think we probably got time for one more game. I think one more perfect. Tobin didn't play bad. Had 2 rushing touchdowns. Didn't have a passing touchdown. We had 451 yards of offense. Held Virginia Tech to 293. And we forced 2 turnovers. They had 2 themselves. Yeah, rough game for Tobin passing. Oh yeah, you gotta be a Utah State fan. Gotta be. Steve Ellis, great game. Anthony Tobin, 2 touchdowns on the ground. But Tyquan Garrett was the star of the show. 2 sacks for Zach Myers, who is a freshman. Actually, didn't even really realize he was a freshman. Let's see if we play Arizona State. I don't know if we play them this year. We do. So if you tune in to the next live stream that I do, we'll take on your alma mater. So we do play the Sun Devils. Upgrade coach skills. What can we even upgrade at this point? Guess tactician. Jalen Clark is a running back guy, so go ahead and upgrade that. So we'll play one more game against Oregon State. And then we'll call it quits after that. How do we drop to number 4? Zach Myers was the National Defensive Player of the Week. Kind of seems crazy. I don't think you can look at like past Heisman winners in this game. I wish you could. You can in actually I don't know if you can in 26. Then you see like seasons, who won the national championship and stuff, but I don't know if you can see who won the Heisman. So how do we drop to number 4? Well, Oregon jumped us and they didn't even play anybody. Okay, so Tennessee beat Penn State. They beat them 31-24. Okay, whatever. This game right here is crazy. We got to check this box score. $90-7, 645 yards of offense, 440 yards passing. Maurice McQueen. I mean, like, dude, was the guy seriously playing the entire game? They scored 90 points. Like, take your starters out. This is classic Ohio State stuff. Gosh. It's just kind of crazy. Michigan lost their first game against Baylor. Baylor might have a player that we know. They do. Morgan Burns, he's a senior, 80 overall. He left our program and transferred. Nothing to do on recruiting here, so we'll play one last game here against Oregon State. Kind of combo should we go with here? Yeah, let's go with the black. I don't know what the conference grade is for us, because I think we're probably like 5th worst. It's probably like Big 10, SEC, AC, or Big 12, ACC, and then our Pac-12 revival. Actually, I don't know, because now we have Tulane, which is a good team. Or not Tulane. Tulane's always been, I think. We added Notre Dame at one point. And so when Notre Dame joined the conference, I think that definitely boosted us a lot. We'll look at it at the end of this game. If you stay in the live stream until the end of this game and you remind me, I'll take a look at it and see what the grades are looking like. All right, we get the ball first. It's a blackout here in Logan, Utah. And Benji Skura. Oh my gosh, he's caught from behind. Almost. Almost. By the way, how's the volume sound? Everything sound good on your end? Like I said, I am going to be a little bit quiet because I'm not trying to wake anybody up in the house, but just let me know if I'm being like way too quiet. All right, from the 50, we begin this possession, and Steve Ellis picks up a yard. We have not called this play yet this season. See if it works. I don't know if it's going to. No, we'll just hand it. There's too much black on the field, I think. I probably should have made the Oregon State's uniforms all white. Just might be a little too dark. Hoffman, wide open. That's our bread and butter. First down. All right, thanks. You know, that's one thing about me. I'm not going to be one of those, like, super loud and obnoxious guys. I don't want to be super annoying. As Daniel Jones will take us down to the 1. Which could hurt me a little bit. But, you know, because you always get those guys that are just super loud. And they kind of attract more people because of how loud they are and expressive. That's just not me. First and goal. Play action. Get open, Ellis. Darn. Go end around. I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if it's going to work from the 1 yard line. We're just trying stuff at this point. Yeah, that's stupid. That did not work. Okay. Got to get this ball in the end zone. Nobody wants to get open. All right. Doesn't matter. Tobin picks up his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season. So Tennessee beats Penn State. They go up to number 1. Is that the team to beat this season? But can anybody dethrone us? Oregon State. Okay, that's new. I forgot about that. Oregon State now plays in the American Conference. They came back to the Pac-12, but they were kind of bringing the competition down. We booted them to the American. I noticed that they're on their uniforms. Yeah. Oregon State now in the American. And they've not really had too much success since joining the American. Kind of been a lackluster team. Second and 9. Good play there by Monte Khan, who's doing all kinds of stuff. One thing I like about starting a new dynasty on a new game, too, and it's if you decide to get it, something that you'll notice is when you don't know what it takes to win, it makes it more fun. For me, like it's been over a year since I played this, but it hasn't taken me long to realize this is what I call it on defense in these situations. And then I don't want to say you're cheesing the game. I wouldn't consider it cheesing the game. You just know what works. And you have your own little philosophy that you come up with. I'm not calling the same play every time, but I have a certain scheme that works for me. Also, it's fun to learn new playbooks as well. I kind of see myself going back to the same kind of plays. Here's Tobin. Tobin's got space. First down. Oh, that's picked. Come on, Garrett's got to come down with that. How about tight end attack? Yeah, it was them and some other team that I kicked to the American. I can't remember who the other team was. Took too long to develop. And so now the Pac-12 is just kind of like a, this is not the play I called. What's going on? This is not the play I called. We'll call it anyway. 4th and 2. We'll go for it. We got the team for it. We got the O-line. Steve Ellis has put up 100 yards in every game that we've played this season, but that's only been 2 games. Oh my gosh. Sometimes you gotta try stuff that's different. Ellis a little shaken up looking. See, here's what I mean. Let's see this safety right here in the middle of the field. We'll see what he does here. If he drops down, this is an easy. Oh, he was past this line of scrimmage. Just doing too much right now. 3rd and 21 upcoming. There's no reason that should be the case. Oh, you got to stay in bounds, Pitts. What is there to review? He caught the ball. This might be the wrong decision here. That was stupid. Yeah, I'm not playing smart right now. That was dumb. Should have just taken the points. Also, like I said, just trying to do too much. That's something I tend to do. There's Cameron Sierra out there. He is a beast. Oh, quarterback kept it. No, he didn't. What's going on? How about this right here? Play a little player lock here. Why play Road to Glory when you can do this with your favorite players? Oh, okay, we're not doing that anymore. Now the Beavers are on the drive. Mason Lacoste is the running back here for Oregon State. 2 tight ends in the game. Drops back, throws. And that right there was just... probably should have been a pick. I mean, how's Wolford not... All right, let's see. Probably an offsides. False start. Bring up dynamic playmaker here. Haslam, let's bring him down and see if he can blitz. Go with the pitch. Good play there by Hunter. Turbo is the trigger button. Like, that's what turbo is. But one thing that a lot of people will say is when you're running the ball with your running back, don't hit the speed button, the turbo button, until you've made it past the line of scrimmage, until you've made it through the hole. Because what happens is if you hit that speed button, that's when the defensive linemen start to like disengage their blocks. And so if you can hold off on hitting it until the last second, It usually will give you better results. Try to show you what I mean here in our next possession, because we got to start trying to establish the run anyway. So I'll try and show you what I mean. Third and 7. Can we get off the field? Pressure in his face, and it's incomplete. And a 51-yard attempt upcoming. Oregon State's on the board. Here's Benji Skura. To the 19 that time. All right, so let's go halfback slam. Now I'll show you what I mean here. I'm not gonna hit the trigger until I've made it through the line of scrimmage, which is kind of right there. Like once I'm like, that wasn't a great representation. Let's go with another run. We got an established run anyway. I'm not gonna. I'll say when I'm hitting the speed button. Now I am. And see, like right when I hit it is when that defensive player disengaged from his block and made the tackle. Oh my gosh. So Oregon State's not going to let us run the ball. Passing might be the way to go here. Quarterback run game has worked out well for us with Anthony Tobin. That might just be the way to go. Yeah, could try and get with the RPO. That's what that play was right there that I just ran. The RPOs I like to run are more like the RPO screens. Like the RPO bubbles. I really enjoy running those. Yeah, definitely something that maybe involves the quarterback run game. I think will give us some success on the next possession. Pick. There we go. BJ Garrison. Quarterback's going to get to him, huh? Run him over. First and goal. Got to make him feel you. But now I feel like we're so close to the end zone, you want to... That's a touchdown easily. Tobin not getting the passing touchdowns. Had like 41 last year. He's only got 2 so far this year. He got 4 rushing touchdowns. And we're up 14-3. This defense is dominating right now. The game against Virginia Tech, they were really good. And now this game. But yeah, I figured we got until July, until 27 comes out. You know, I'd like to do a live stream once a week, potentially, maybe twice a week. I mean, twice a week would be perfect, I think. Sometimes more, you know, more times. Sometimes more than other times, you know. We might go a couple weeks where we only did it one time, and we might go a couple weeks in a row where, you know, we live stream 4 times a week. You never know. Just kind of see how everything is going. How the kids are. Good job by the receiver there. Oklahoma lost. They were the number 2 team in the country. Not anymore. Might have to do like a defensive line sub here. Nearly picked, but somehow caught. Gosh, I'm going to have to drink some tea after this. My throat is feeling it. Man, Peely, get off the block. Not really pleased with the way our defense is playing right now. Well, yeah, I just said they were dominating, and now I'm saying not pleased with how they're playing. Little better. But we know teams aren't going to be able to run the ball on us. We know that. And that's an offsides on Dalvin Kubila. I would say recruiter. Oh, crap. Yeah, I would say recruiter. Mainly just because, well, it depends. College football 25, recruiter. College football 26, probably motivator, I think is what it is. Or tactician. The only reason I say that is because recruiter is a lot harder to unlock the, better skills. It takes a long time to unlock some of the best skills. Or rewards, whatever you want to call it. For this dynasty, I did recruiter. And then kind of maxed recruiter out there for a while. It took me a while to do it. And then I did it on like coach progression speed. I think I did slowest. So I did do slowest. If you do normal, you'll get coach points at a pretty decent rate. Kubila with the sack. He's got quite a few this year. And it is 14-6. One of our touchdowns was because of an interception. So we've not really played all that well. We've had 44 total views, it tells me. Let's see if we can get to 60 views before I end the live stream. We've got about a little over 2 quarters left. Nice little pitch and catch there. Really want Steve Ellis to get going here running. See, I tried to hold off on the speed button there until the very last second. And Zach Truin, touchdown. Oh my gosh, terrible pass. This is 25. So 26 is the most recent one. This is 25. I do have 26. I just don't play it because I just didn't enjoy it that much. And I put like 9 seasons into Utah State. And so I enjoy this game more. And I just figured I'll come back to it. It's been over a year since I played it. But I do have 26 as well. Under 2 to go here. Here's Ellis. Oh, dang it. Third pick of the season for Anthony Tobin. Gosh, man. No quarterback controversy. But boy, is he struggling. Good play there by Monte Khan, and he makes the receiver feel him. We got we literally have a secondary full of Cooper DeJeans. It's never heard of it. Never. Gosh, why is our offense struggling so bad? It's pathetic. And it's not like in these situations you can just lean on the run. Because the run game's not been there, so. Third and 2. Broken up. Good play by Hunter. Also, when my controller starts to go dead on me and I lose the vibration in my controller, believe it or not, it does something to you. $53 seconds to go. We do have 3 timeouts. All right, Pitts. Can't come down with it. What game was that on? 2014? Couldn't get open. Why are we struggling so much? Oh, that sounded terrible. The best dynasties I've ever had was this one right here. I had one on NCAA 13 with Michigan that I had probably played 5 or 6 seasons, maybe more. But my favorite I've ever had was on 2014. I had a team builder dynasty, and I think I played like 10 seasons of that. Oh my gosh, that's a dot. What is going on? And I had a ton of fun playing with the team that I had created. And that's why I would love if Team Builder takes a step up next in College Football 27, if they add weather for where you're located. Because in this game, if you're located in Buffalo, New York, you're going to play in 80, 90 degree weather all season long because it just defaults to like Florida. Your location's Florida. Doesn't make sense. They also don't have like team runouts. So if you're the home team, the game just starts. It doesn't show your team running out of the tunnel or anything. It's cheesy. And then for bowl games and conference championship games, your team's name isn't even in the end zone. So if they change those things about Team Builder, which I don't know if they will, but if they do decide to change those things about Team Builder, then I'll probably do that. Otherwise, it's probably going to be Stanford. And it's going to be Jalen Clark coaching them as well. He was the coach for Utah State. He'll be moving on to Stanford. But in my own little Beibs universe, it plays out a little bit differently than that. All right, final play here of the first half. It's been an atrocious half of football for us. I don't even know it's worked well. And we don't even get the ball to start. Gosh. So Tobin, 7 of 14, 125 yards. Not been good. Steve Ellis, 9 for 15, has just not been good. Quarterback run game. That's been the gist of it. Yeah, I saw it in the ticker below too. Oklahoma lost to Troy. So the number 2 team in the country goes down to an unlikely opponent. Not good for them. Clemson barely beats Ohio 28-17. But I can't say much because as it looks right now, we kind of look like that. Oh my gosh, don't jump off sides. These guys need a rest. It's about midnight where I'm at now, so by the time we finish this up, it'll be about 1 o'clock in the morning. I can start to wind down before I eventually go to bed. Pressure. Pass broken up. Max Wolford's been a dog for us so far this season. Let's go cover 2. I'd love to see Haslam get another interception here. 5 viewers is what it tells me at the moment. If you're watching this, I appreciate you. Leave a like. Not really sure if it's going to do much. Maybe it'll push the video out to other people, the live to other people. And hopefully it gets some views after the live ends as well. It's going to be a lot harder for the channel to grow if I do live streams, but the channel's not growing if I'm not posting anyway, so. Got to do something. Live streams work. Recording normal videos just isn't something that can work right now. Maybe it could in the future if I eventually, move into a house where I can get my own, like, office space or whatever. But right now, you have a second kid, and next thing you know, the game room turns into another bedroom. And so now I'm downstairs from Reno, Nevada. Just one thing about doing live streams late that I noticed is not the worst is that most, some people live on the West Coast, so it's not super late for them. Finally, Tyquan Garrett gets his first catch of the game. That's crazy. But nice of you to join me, though. College football 25 is what we're playing here. Wide open. Garrett. Touchdown, Utah State. So yeah, you're new here, so I'll give you a quick rundown. I do have college football 26. This is 25. I had this dynasty when 25 came out. I have the whole playlist on my channel, over 100 episodes if you want to go and watch it. It's a ton of fun to make. And we're hopping back on 25 for the first time in over a year to play one more season before college football 27 comes out and really get my feet wet. That way, by the time 27 comes out, I'm not complaining about my throat hurting. Nebraska got beat as well against San Jose State. A lot of upsets. Can't get any pressure. Come on. Matt Gage. Yeah, I've seen that stuff too. Like the campus stuff where you can... I don't know. A lot of it's AI. I don't think they're actually going to do it. But I agree. Microtransactions suck. It's what's made video games become terrible because developers stopped caring. Like, they stopped caring about the things that are actually important that, franchise or dynasty players want to see. And instead they worry more about what, like, streamers want. And streamers want to be able to build super teams and go on and beat everybody and play online. And it's just not my style. I want to sit down and play a deep dynasty mode where recruiting is it's difficult. It keeps track of stats for years on end. It's immersive. That's what I want in a game. I don't want a game where I go on and I buy fake cards and spend hundreds of dollars of my own money after I have to buy a $900 game system. It's just not what I want to do. It's not my style. I get that some people are into it, just not me. Here's a good run. Finally. It's been rough for Steve Ellis. We'll try this read option right here. It's got a little bit of a slant built into it. If not, we can throw it out to Pitts. We're going to go to Pitts. If this is man coverage, this might go to... Hoffman. Hurdle him. Come on. Hoffman, touchdown. Yeah, and I'm honestly thinking about getting the next 2K. I don't know if you see the stuff that I post in like the community posts or whatever, but I'm a Michigan fan, and so Michigan just won the national championship in basketball. And if I could play with the Axel Lindenborg on a video game, yeah, I'll sign up for it. So I might get 2K this year. Even though the season's still going on. But I might get 2K for the first time in a long time. But then, like, for somebody like me, it's like, if I've not played it in a long time, I'll have fun with it. But if I buy the game every year and stuff's not changing and they're caring more about microtransactions more and more every year, yeah, that's where you start to get annoyed. It's like, I'm paying, what is it, $70 for a game that is not changing year to year. That's why I'm playing 25 and not 26, because this game's better. If you care about rosters and stuff like that, then, you know, you want to get the new game. But if you're doing a dynasty mode and you get 4 years into your dynasty, it's all new players anyway. It's all, fake players. So why get too caught up in it? And I played a lot more Madden this year than I have in the years past. And it's not a terrible game. It's not terrible, but I just don't like it. Oh, come on. That's got to be a tackle for Kubila. The camera's just weird in Madden. You know, the draft and like scouting and stuff is all like the exact same year to year. You know, and that's the thing that MLB The Show is like, I tried to play MLB The Show here recently, and it's the same game it's been for the last 4 or 5 years. Nothing is changing with these games. Boise State and Washington State with a battle that Boise State comes out on top in. Don't know how to beat these guys right now with what they're running on offense. They're doing a pretty good job against us. Yeah, it has been. I mean, they did a good job at changing the whole scouting system that they had there around like Madden 21, 22 or whatever it was. But ever since then, it's not been touched. So for like 5 years, it's just not been touched. It's 5, 6 years. The storylines just make the game more cheesy than anything. It's like, hey, this guy's going for a breakout. Spam the same plays on defense so you can get him 2 sacks. And then he can get a development upgrade. Like, it's just, it is cheesy. Yeah, and it is copy and paste. And they typically can do a pretty good job at scamming people into believing that things are going to change. And then make them pay $70 for a new game. Yeah, Kansas had a rough year because of Darren Peterson being injured pretty much all season. But yeah, I mean, I watched Michigan lose 2 championships growing up. Finally, they get it done, and they were pretty dominant. Yeah, I agree. I think that, like, the way that you get things to change is people have to start to, like, boycott them a little bit. You know, the only thing, they make a lot of their money off of the microtransaction stuff, and the people that do the microtransaction are just kind of addicted to it. They need to be playing the new game. We can't give that first down up. And so, really, the only thing that, you know, boycotting it does is it hurts the players like us who just want to play Dynasty mode, want to play Road to Glory, play offline modes, deep offline modes. It ends up hurting us because here we are not playing a game that we want to play, and the business, EA, isn't really hurting all that much if we don't play because they have plenty of people who are addicted to the microtransactions. It's frustrating. And, you know, I don't know if any of you guys play like Call of Duty or any of those types of games, but it's almost the same deal with those because they care so much about the Battle Royale type game mode that they sell these battle passes that they don't care about the multiplayer aspect anymore. They don't care about the campaigns. Here I am ranting about video games and letting Oregon State go down the field on us. Now I'm all in for a good rant. It's important. Go play action boot. Is the video quality good? It's not like too dark or anything like that. Everything looks good to go. Like I said, when in the Michigan Dynasty that I was doing, I was having a lot of trouble with how everything was like, how everything looked. It just all looked kind of too dark. Oh crap. Oh my gosh. It's like legit, this is a terrible offensive output here. Okay, Steve Ellis, I see you. Oh my gosh. Are they Michigan fans? I would hope so. It's not been Steve Ellis's game. That's for sure. 3rd and 8, we're running the ball. I didn't even think about what down it was. Oh my gosh, Ellis is going to score. Oh, 64 yards for Ellis. That's good of them. That is definitely good of them. Yeah, hopefully Michigan here this season we can play a lot better. Right foot. Oh my gosh, that probably should have been picked off. Truan with his second catch of the game. And, excuse me, we should be capping this game off with a Steve Ellis touchdown. How about that effort? Not the best game for Ellis, but can't give up on him. He's had a pretty good start to the season. 35-16 with 3:31 to go. Kind of tending to call the same plays here. Like every down. Ah. Third and 9. Myers with the sack. 5 sacks total. They're going for it. Yeah, I'll check it out. I also wanted to check who's in our conference because I can't remember everybody. Garrison gets his second of the game. Come on, Garrison. To the 17. Ah, come on. This play is probably not going to work, but we're trying it. Trayvon Watford, our fullback. All in all, been actually a pretty good game for Steve Ellis. Just hoping we can get him one more touchdown here. Might just have to stick with a pass here. Probably could still get it to Ellis. Depends on what this guy coming off the edge does. We'll go to Tyquan Garrett instead. (42-16). And we are that much closer to a 3-0 start. We've been disrespected by the AP rankings. I mean, are we really reviewing this here with 50 seconds to go? And a blowout. There's a sack. Rudy Peely. Ooh, one more. Myers. What a game for Zach Myers. 3 sacks. Freshman from Kentucky. Jaquise Tiffin. One last play here. Let's just not turn it over, please. Alrighty. 44-16. Second half was much better than the first half. Our first half was just atrocious. I kind of got quiet there. Spencer Torkelson? What do you call him, the devil? 393 yards of offense, 112 yards rushing, 281 passing. Did throw the interception with Tobin, but overall, not a bad performance at all. 2 touchdowns on the ground as well. Steve Ellis, not bad. Led us in receptions as well. Tyquan Garrett, 3 for 71 and 2 touchdowns. And then, how about Zach Myers? 3 sacks. And that moves us to 3-0. Yeah, for those that have watched this the whole time, Diablo. Oh, okay. Okay. Torkelson did go to Arizona State. That's right. But yeah, for those that have watched this, I appreciate it. Whoever's going to watch it after it's been live, I appreciate you watching. Nice little chill stream. Nothing crazy. Not the type of stream that's going to pick up crazy traction and, make me the best streamer in the world. But hey, it's fun. Relax, play the game. Nice kickback, chill stream where we can just chat and play the game. All right, so let's look at top 25. We're up to number 3 now. Tennessee wins their game. Ohio State wins. They're number 2. Oregon lost to Ohio State. In my opinion, Oklahoma should be out of the top 25. They dropped to 17. Stanford's undefeated, so that is looking like it could be a really fun game in the future. Because if you look at the schedule, we take on Boise State, who is 1-1, Arizona State, Arizona, and then there's Stanford. There's Tulane, Memphis. Memphis is the other team that we brought to the Pac-12. So if we look at conference standings, we'll look at all the conferences, and I'll show you all the changes we've made. ACC has Appalachian State in the ACC. Kind of forgot we made that move. Kind of a weird move. App State in the ACC. Their overall is not terrible, though. 78. The American, we put Oregon State there. And that's it. Maybe San Diego State was the team that we put there. Yeah, probably San Diego State. We put Charlotte in the Big 12 because they're an 84 overall. Like they have the chance to win this conference potentially. We also put Colorado State there. So it's actually paying off for those 2 schools right now. And then we put UAB in there and then UTEP. So the Big 12 is not as good, I don't think. Big 10 stayed the same. Conference USA. We have no independent schools anymore. Every team has been forced to join a conference. The Mountain West is Air Force, Fresno State, Hawaii. And here's our Pac-12. Boise State, Utah, Arizona, Arizona State, BYU, Cal, Memphis, Stanford, Tulane, us, Notre Dame, and Washington State. Then SEC has been unchanged. Sun Belt, essentially unchanged as well. Let's go to the grades here and look at... All right, so Championship contender, obviously, really good. Program tradition, we're pretty good. Campus lifestyle, I don't think that's something that you can even change. Stadium atmosphere, 62% home winning percentage, kind of seems low. Current home winning streak is at 6. Pro potential, brand exposure, national championship games played 2, 6 playoff games, 6 games of the week. National televised games were pretty solid. We've won every game of the week. Streaming games played? What does that even mean? Conference prestige is A-. So we're the 4th best conference. It goes SEC, Big Ten, ACC, Pac-12, Big 12. So we're the 4th best conference. That's about it. Let's look at the stats here real quick. Tobin so far in the season, 810 yards, 7 touchdowns, 3 picks, averaging 270 yards a game. Curious how much he averaged the last couple of seasons. So he's averaging more yards per game right now. Interceptions are up. Completion percentage, about the same. He's honestly not having a bad year at all. And then running the ball, averages up, and he's almost got more touchdowns. Yeah, it makes sense geographically, but their team has just not been great. But yeah, it definitely makes sense, though. Steve Ellis, on pace for 1,000-yard season for sure. How about Tyquan Garrett? The start he's had been really good for us. 5 sacks for Zach Myers. He's a true freshman, too. Elite development. Wow. No, I was going to change him. I was going to change the jersey. But I think with the jersey like that, whatever, let's keep it. Here's a look at our coach stats real quick if you were curious about that. We have a 90-26 career record, 7 winning seasons, 6-1 in the playoff, 2 national championships, 4 conference championships, 6 first-round draft picks, 25 total drafted, 2 top 5 recruiting classes. So, there's our coach stats. And then record in a career, Anthony Tobin already has the career passing yards number. He must have jumped Jeremiah Tobias. Rushing yards, DeMario Brown. Shelton Sampson has the receiving yards. He was early in the dynasty. Donald Stacy has 202 career receptions, and he's a running back. But when we brought him over, we changed him to running back. Anthony Tobin has passing touchdowns. Juan Lima sacks. Robert Turpin was not a player we had. And then Tyquan Garrett, 35 touchdowns. In a season, passing yards, Tobin with over 4,000. We've not beaten the receiving yards one yet. That's kind of crazy. Neither have we beaten the rushing yards one or receptions. We do have passing touchdowns with Tobin. We have sacks with Lima. Touchdown catches with Tyquan Garrett. And then in a game, yeah, no problem. I appreciate you stopping by. I hope it was chill. Hope you guys enjoyed it for sure, because if you guys enjoy it, then I'll have no problem sitting here. I don't really care about the views. I just want to sit down and have a couple of people here in the chat and enjoy a nice live stream where we can talk and enjoy the game and enjoy the storylines and just relax. It allows me to make content, but it also allows me to communicate with you guys a lot better. For games, we have Anthony Tobin had 6 passing touchdowns. Tyler Sexton had 5 receiving touchdowns in 2028. And then last thing we'll look at, Heisman watch. Still nobody, which is kind of unfortunate. 3 hours, not too bad. That's going to do it, though, for this stream. Definitely going to be doing this again. Definitely going to be doing it again. I had fun. Got to get my throat working. And then also, like, I've not recorded content with my kids and my wife sleeping before, so I don't know how loud I can be without waking them up. So the more I get used to it, the better they're going to be. Like I said, appreciate you stopping by, Diablo. Had fun. Definitely going to do it again in the future. And I'll see you then. Appreciate you.